What's going on, YouTube? So turkey season here in Missouri is over. Today was the last day, so now I'm shifting my focus to deer season, bow season in specific. So got the bow out today, dusted her off, did a little shooting, starting to get the rust off, get tuned back up and honed back in. And I got to thinking, when people think of shooting with their bow and practicing with their bow, they think of just going to the range or going in their backyard, setting a target out at 20 yards, 30, 40 yards, drawing back and shooting. There's not really much else to it. But I added something into my practice routine a couple of years ago that I think it's helped me. I'll tell you, it's helped me immensely with my accuracy and with my focus when I'm drawing back and aiming, and when I'm in the heat of the moment and there's a deer in front of me and I'm drawing back, executing the shot. It's helped me immensely. So I thought that maybe it could help somebody else, so maybe I'll make a video on it. And that is practicing aiming. So it's something that I don't really hear people talking about too much, and I never really thought about it ever until a couple years ago. I was watching YouTube one day and a video popped up of Levi Morgan where he was explaining how he practices aiming, just aiming. Sometimes he says his whole practice session, he doesn't even release an arrow. He just aims the whole time. So how I do it and how he explained to do it, and is basically how I do it, is you set your target out, however far you want to start closer at first. So let's just say you set your target out at 10 yards, you draw back, you get settled, you get anchored, you pick where you want to aim at on the target, and you focus on that spot until you start to feel fatigued and the bow gets a little too shaky, and you let the bow down. And then you do it again, and you do it again, until you start to get comfortable with just aiming. And it's also going to help you focus on that single spot that you want to hit. And practice just letting that pin float. That's where a lot of people have trouble, is they're not letting that pin float. They're trying to force the shot, and that's where a lot of people start. There's a ton of different ways that target panic can start, but that's one of the ways, is not letting that pin float, not relaxing. You need to just pick a spot and aim at it. And this is one way that you can really, really, really work at that and get really good at it. So I like to practice aiming twice every shooting session, before and after every shooting session. What I like to do is, before I shoot, I draw back twice, I hold the bow back, I aim until I start to feel fatigued, let the pin float, and as I'm aiming, I try to 100% focus on what I'm aiming at and not think about anything else. It's a big part to me of archery and bow hunting, is being able to eliminate everything else that's going on in your mind, whatever happened during the day, whatever happened at work, whatever, and just focus on what you're aiming at. That's a huge part of it. So I like to, before I start practicing, I like to draw back 2 times and aim 2 times, and then after I get done practicing, I like to draw back 2 times and aim 2 times. It's kind of a little bit of a warm-up as well. Before you start shooting, you kind of get the muscles warmed up before you start releasing an arrow, and it gets you in the right mindset of focusing and aiming. That's all you really need to be worried about. So what this teaches you is small focus. Being able to focus on just one little hair on that deer's body, or one little mark on that target. Just being able to hone in on focus on that one little spot, and that will help you tremendously. At least it's helped me tremendously when you're just shooting archery, shooting at targets, or when you're actually shooting at a deer. And actually, if you, like I do, if you do it before every practice and after every practice, or even if you just do it once or twice a day, just draw back and hold it. Just do it once a day. Draw back and hold it and aim. It'll become second nature to you after a while. So when you're in the actual deer stand and a deer walks in, you don't have to think about aiming. It's just 100% natural to you. Second nature. It's muscle memory at that point. You draw back and you're worried about aiming, and you're focusing on that spot until that arrow goes off. So So I know it's a pretty short video, but there's really not much to explain. Practice aiming. That's all there really is to it. Like I said, it has helped me tremendously in all aspects, archery and bow hunting. It's probably helped me more than anything else because it's really helped me. I've always had a problem with focus. I don't know, I guess I got ADHD or whatever. So forcing myself to focus a couple times a day as I'm shooting my bow has just really helped me with the mental game of when I'm in the heat of the moment, there's deer right there, I'm drawn back, I'm going through my shot process. It's really helped me to be able to focus in that moment and to actually pull the shot off. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm really grateful for everybody that watches these videos. I really hope you can get something out of it. Thank you so much. Have a great day.